Gus is here to help us with our long division. Gus, do you think you're going to be a good helper? Probably not. Not unless there's treats involved. Say hey to everybody. All right. Today is Thursday, the 23rd of April. And I would like you guys to get your math thinking caps on today because this is the start of long division. Not super easy because you just have to practice it a lot before you're going to have it down. So don't get frustrated. It takes working at it a little bit. And so the reason that we use long division, it's because when we don't know a math fact to answer the division problem, like up to this point when we've been doing single digit division, it's been relatively easy because you've memorized your multiplication facts. Well, you're going to be working with numbers larger than any multiplication facts that we have memorized. So, for example, I'm going to start off by showing you how to do lesson practice A. It talks about having like a rock collection, which we're studying rocks in science, so it's kind of cool. And there's 75 rocks. And where are my glasses? And it says that Juan needs to glue 5 rocks on each card. How many cards does he need for 75 rocks? Okay? So, what we have here is a problem where you do not know the answer to 5 times something is going to equal 75. So we're going to do this in steps. And there is a way that I give you guys to memorize what the steps are. If you use the acronym Daddy, Mama, Sister, Brother, it stands for divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. And that's just kind of an easy way to remember the order of the steps, okay? So the very first thing it tells us to do with the D is to divide, okay? Now, how many times will 5 fit into 7? We're not going to try to do the whole number because we already said we don't know a math fact of 5 times what equals 75. So we're going to break it down. You know how I have you guys cover up certain parts of the problems at different times? You're going to see how many times 5 will divide into 7. I drew a series of 7 dots up here and circled 5 of them to show you that you can only get one group of 5 out of 7. So I'm going to divide and say 5 will go in there one time. Next, Mama tells me over here with the M to multiply. 5 times 1. I don't mind if you put the multiplication symbol up here to remind yourself of what you're supposed to be doing there. So it's 5 times 1, so Mommy multiplied, and we're going to place that number right here, okay? So it's going to go underneath the 7, so the 5 is there. Now, Sister tells us to subtract, so we're going to take 7 minus 5, okay? The answer is 2, but we're not finished. We're not finished. We are going to have to look over here to Brother. Brother says bring it down. So we're going to take this number, this 5, and we're going to bring it down. And that means you just rewrite it, okay? So now I have 25, okay? So if I've completed all these steps, it's like hitting a reset button is what I tell my students. Hit the reset button and start back over. You're going to divide again. But this time we're going to divide 5 into 25, okay? So how many times will 5 go into 25? Do you know a math fact for that? Yes, you do. It is 5. So now we're going to multiply. 5 times 5 is 25. We already said that we knew the answer to that one. So we're going to write the answer 25 down here, and we're going to subtract because Sister tells us to. When we subtract this time, we're going to end up with a 0. When we end up with a 0, we're always really happy about that because that means we're finished. So I always put a smiley face inside of that 0 to say we're finished. So you're going to go through these steps twice for every long division problem. You're going to say Daddy, Mama, Sister, Brother, reset, start over. Daddy, Mama, Sister, Brother, reset. Okay, and actually the second time you're finished because you're going to come up with the smiley face 0. That means that it's subtracted, it went in evenly. And 5 times 15 equals 75. We don't know a math fact for that. We stop at the 12s. So, like I said, this is going to take a lot of practice. They explain it to you with subtraction under the new concept when you start the lesson today and you read about that. And that's another way to do it. They just keep subtracting until they come up with 0. My happy 0 that I have there. If that makes sense to you, and good, we probably need all the help we can get to understand this concept, and then to start to practice the steps. That's fine. It's not practical. You're not going to be able to subtract and subtract and subtract and subtract to get the answer to a long division problem on math homework or a math test. It's okay if that's the way you want to start off, but you're going to need to memorize these steps for how we do it. Okay? If you need help, if you want some extra reinforcement worksheets, anything like that, to help you with this, just let me know. Have your parents send me an email, and I'll be glad to give you some reinforcement pages where you can practice this more. But I would say just working with your parents. If you get stuck on what am I supposed to do next, what's the next step, should be good. Should be good. So may the force be with you. See you soon.